Good afternoon, everybody. I wasn't really planning on doing a video, but I put out a tweet earlier today that got a lot more attention than I anticipated, perhaps stupidly on my part, and I thought I would address it. It's about MMTLP and resolution and kind of how I saw it, and I'll address it quickly and kind of put it in perspective. Hopefully, that will be helpful. Before I start, of course, I have three quick things I wanted to talk about. First of all, how does a rabbi make coffee? He brews it. Why do French people eat snails? They don't like fast food. And what sits at the bottom of the ocean and twitches? A nervous wreck. Anyway, I posted something today giving you my opinion about when MMTLP would resolve. And I saw some feedback on Twitter, including some from JR, and JR and I have talked about this ad nauseum. We have various sources of information, some that we can't disclose. Some of it's attorney-client. I can't disclose it. So we, throughout the past year, have been very conservative in terms of putting out information in timelines. We really have said we don't know when. And so a couple times I think I predicted or suggested certain things were going to happen regarding NextBridge, and I think they did within a reasonable period of time thereafter. And recently, recently being a couple weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, there was some discussion about that MMTLP would resolve within 60 days. And based upon my understanding and my conclusion, so, when I put out an opinion like this is, because this is not legal advice, it's information I garner plus my experience plus my opinion. So take it for what it's worth in that regard. But I have that, and I when I heard the 60-day part, it did not ring true to me in terms of my understanding. So I didn't think that was an accurate portrayal. That doesn't mean, by the way, it was done maliciously. It just may not be accurate. So that was my conclusion. And I have recently obtained other information that I can't talk about because it's confidential and I'm subject to confidentiality. And I put that piece of information along with everything else I have in my very small head and very tiny brain, and I put together my own thought process of when I think that this thing could resolve itself. And my tweet was that. So it was putting everything together in my head, and I probably have a unique perspective and probably a unique set of information, although JR and I have a very broad sets of information. But that was my conclusion about time frame. I think I said mid-year, end of year 2024, and I know a lot of people would like it to be today, which it would. I would too. But we've tried to be accurate in terms of timing. That's why I was uncomfortable with the 60-day mark. So so I have a bunch of crap that's in my head going around. I've used that information and discussions and whatever to come to an opinion. That opinion was reflected in my tweet. I believe it's true, but there's no guarantee. That's just what I believe to be the case, and that's all. No more complicated like that. I removed the tweet because it was getting too much. It was getting a lot more attention than I wanted to be. I didn't want to create a stir. So when I saw it was creating a stir, I withdrew the tweet. It didn't mean my opinion changed, and it did not. But I withdrew my tweet. And again, no guarantee. I don't know if it's true. I hope it happens sooner. It's just my opinion based upon what I know, my experience, and that. It's good for that, whatever that's worth. And so again, I hope I didn't cause too much turmoil or confusion. Was not certainly not my intention, and I still feel positively about a resolution. I've given you a time frame, but there's no hard and fast rule as to the time frame. And Jr. I think agreed on that. Anyway, I hope that clarifies my position. So it was a culmination of information that concluded recently. It's kind of a take and a approach that I haven't heard discussed. It doesn't involve like liability of FINRA or anything like that. Nothing to do with that. But again, I'll have to see if the steps that I think could play out, and I'll let you know. If I'm wrong, I will certainly let you know, or you will let me know. But again, I'm sorry if it caused any confusion. I hope that clarified what I was trying to say. If you have any comments or questions that I can answer, I will certainly answer, and I certainly will review any comments. Anyway, sorry for the confusion if so. Be well, everybody. Take care. Hopefully we have good news, and I will be surprised too. So be well, everybody. Take care.